Oh, all these little girls. Welcome to everyone again. Let's stand on up. We are ready for our call to worship the Baruch Hu. It's on page. It's on the page TV here. La 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 la. Sit down. You know, there's something really special about the Megillah, that it is a book that doesn't actually mention God. God's name is not in the Megillah. Did you know that? God's name is hidden. Maybe like the character that's the lead star character, Esther's name means hidden behind a mask, maybe? I don't know. But we know that actually God is in the Megillah because God is everywhere. And so God is everywhere. Where? Let's find God.
God is here. God is everywhere. Where? Can we try that?
Ooh.
So when we have a where, we're just going to point everywhere, because God is everywhere.
God is here. God is everywhere. Where? God is here. God is everywhere. God is here. God is everywhere. Where? God is here. God is everywhere.
So God is so repeat after me. In the sky.
In the sky.
In the flowers.
Which
are not here right now, but in the snow.
In the snow.
In the trees.
In the trees. God is here. God is everywhere. Where? God is here. God is everywhere.
In our prayer books.
In our prayer books.
In our songs.
In our songs.
In the Torah.
In the Torah.
In the Yad.
In the Yad. God is here. God is everywhere. Where? God is here. God is everywhere.
Lila, where do you think God is?
In the chair.
In the chair.
What do you think, Ruthie?
Is it in your shoes? Is God in our shoes?
In our guinea pig? Is that what we said?
Right, in our guinea pigs.
pig. What do you think, Lila? Where's God? Ooh,
in our minds.
God. In every one of us.
Lily.
Yeah.
Last one, Lily. Where do you think God is?
In us,
in our house,
everywhere. God is here. God is everywhere. Where? God is here. God is everywhere. And if we look deep inside, we might be able to hear the voice of God within us. We can cover our eyes and focus if we want as we recite these very special words acknowledging that God is everywhere, the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Elohim. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. And just as God is everywhere, we love God. We would continue with the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'chol nafshecha u'chol me'odecha.
V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshokvecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkiru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Well, it's so good to see that our friends are multiplying. There must be something in the water because I see a lot of girls. Is there something in the water this morning? I don't know.
Are there no little boys?
No little boys right now. No little boys. So precious. You know what? That water. Can you make a wave? Maybe a wave with that water. Make some waves. Because a long time ago, we're celebrating today Purim when we escaped from being hurt by the evil Haman. But even before that, our ancestors were slaves in Egypt and they escaped through the water. They were able to make it through to safe ground. And so we're going to make a little tunnel of water. Let's stand on up. We can make a little tunnel in this middle of our room for all of our little Israelites here to cross through. Again, and we continue in our service. Whoop. Did Simon say sit down? We are moving into our Amidah, our standing prayer, so we're going to stand on up as we continue with Adonai Sefatai Tivtach. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah.
Ha'el
Hagadol, Hagibor, v'Hanora, El Elyon,
Gomer
Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Gola Libnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Abraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mekayeh hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia. You are strong. We can be strong. You help people.
We can help people.
You make freedom possible.
We can make people free.
You remember the people who came before us.
We
can remember them and the lessons they taught us. You are special, God.
We are special too.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. And so we can find our seats once again and get nice and comfortable as we take a moment to breathe and have a prayer. Sometimes our prayers just keep running. They keep running through our heads, those prayers of ours, or around in circles. But here is a moment to be able to find some focus with our prayers, to be able to think of all the people that we know. Raise your hand if you know a lot of people. Raise your hand if you think you know a lot of people. Raise your hand and keep it up if any of the people that you know maybe need a hug. Maybe they need a hug. Maybe they need a little bit of love. Maybe they need to go see a doctor because they're not feeling so well. Have you ever been to the doctor before? Raise your hand if you've been to the doctor. So right now, we're thinking of all those people that need to be healed, that need to have strength, that need to have hope, that they're going to be whole and complete, that they're going to feel a sense of shalom like we know when we feel shalom. And so we have this special prayer called the Misha Berach for all of the people that we care about, all the people in the world too that we care about that we may not even know who are in need of healing. And let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Ekor HaBracha Bless those in need of healing with refuah, Shlema. So we have a lot of fun at our Todd Shabbats, don't we? Who's having fun? Yeah, lots and lots of fun here. Last time we got together, we talked about, does anyone remember our goofy, anyone? Our goofy goofs, our goofy bodies. And we talked about all of the ways that we can use our bodies in the world. But there's some people who have different abilities with their bodies. There are some people that may not be able to walk. There are some people that may not be able to hear. And there's some people that may not be able to see. And they still are special and deserve respect. And so we treat them nicely and we care about them. And this book, that's a Purim book, is about a little boy who's blind. That means that he can't see. So if you want to come a little closer so you can see the pictures, move them a little closer. We're going to put them on the screen for you if you're watching online. We're so glad you joined us again. Want to come a little closer, or I can walk around too. It's not as important as you see me as you see the pictures here. So this is Cakes and Miracles, a Purim tale by Barbara Diamond Golden. And the illustrations, which I love, those are all the pretty pictures. They're by Jamie Zolaris. So here we go. Cakes and Miracles, a Purim tale. Herschel was the only blind boy in his village, but his blindness did not keep him from going to school or shaking pears from the nearby tree or catching frogs in the river. The river was the place in the village that Herschel loved most. Besides frogs and water, there was mud to play in. He could make the mud do anything he wanted it to do. A poke here, and he had a cave. A push there, and he had a tunnel. He tried to wash the mud off his clothes before he went home, but he always missed a patch or two. That happens in my house too. You have to go to the river and get all muddy, his mother Basha said. When he came inside, Herschel sighed. Oh, he did not mean to make extra work for his mother. Ever since his father died, she was busy enough trying to feed and clothe the two of them. She sewed, she cleaned, she cooked. Do any of your mothers, they work this hard? Raise your hand if your mother works that hard. Does she sew, cook, and clean maybe? She baked, especially in the early spring. I heard about some bakers today. At Purim time. In Purim time, she baked cakes called, what do we call the cakes in Purim time? Hamantashen, that's right. So well, she sold them in the marketplace. This year, maybe I can sell enough Hamantashens to buy 2 more chickens, Basha said hopefully. This year, maybe I can help you with the cakes, said Herschel. But you cannot see to make them, said Basha. Don't worry, but Herschel, you will help me in other ways, as you always do. And she patted his head lovingly. The night before Purim, Herschel climbed into his bed. After he said his bedtime prayer, he whispered, "If only I could see and help my mother more." In the night, he had a dream. In his dream, Herschel saw the most beautiful winged angel. Do you see the angel? Her wings, what color are her wings? Blue, yeah. She was descending from a sparkling ladder. The angel bent down toward him. "Make what you see," the angel said, "but I haven't been able to see since I was sick," Herschel protested. "You see when you close your eyes. You see in your dreams," the angel answered. It's true, I can see in my dreams, he whispered. Look, you see it? Herschel awoke and the angel was gone. But he remembered what the angel said. Soon he heard his mother stoking the stove. Mother, he called out, good news. I can see in my head, and I can help you with your cakes. Herschel, said Basha, shaking her head sadly. You wish you could see. I wish you could see. But how can a blind boy see? I can't let you play with the dough. I won't play, Mother. I'll make cakes. Or maybe something different. Cookies. Cookies in wonderful shapes. Too, Herschel. Such a good imagination, my boy. After school, Herschel did his chores. He fetched, he carried, he cleaned the pans while his mother mixed and rolled, cut and baked. At nightfall, Basha said, I'll leave this batch of dough to roll and cut in the morning. Purim morning, and they went to synagogue to hear the chanting of the Megillah, the story of Queen Esther. Herschel did not forget his noisemaker. Every child had one, and when the rabbi chanted the name of the evil Haman, his voice was drowned out by the shaking and rattling of the noisemakers. What fun Herschel had! But that night, Herschel could not sleep. He went to the kitchen where his mother's hamantaschens lay. He felt for the bowl filled with dough and took a piece with his hands. The cool smoothness made him think of the mud in the river. Herschel kneaded the dough. He formed a bird and a fish and a goblet. As he worked, he found it easier and easier to shape the cookies. So they matched the images dancing in his head. As the night turned to day, his mother awoke. What are you doing, Herschel? She exclaimed. I told you not to play with the dough. Then she saw Herschel's cookies. But they are beautiful, Herschel. How can a boy who cannot see? But I can see, Herschel interrupted. When I close my eyes, I see truly a miracle. Basha took two of Herschel's cookies. She tenderly held his face with her hands. Do you think people will buy them, Mother? Herschel worried. Do onions grow in the ground? Basha answered. But we won't sell even one here in the kitchen. I'll bake your cookies and we'll carry them to the market. The market was already busy. Herschel could smell the herring and pickles, bread and cheese. He could hear the chickens cackling and the vendors calling out. But today, there were new sweet Purim treats. The honey cakes, the bottles of syrup, pears, wines, the hamantaschens shaped like Haman's. No who there? Haman's 3 hat. Herschel and Basha set out their baked goods. Buy a special cake for Purim, Basha called. Soon, there was quite a crowd around Basha's table. Fade, the belt maker, wanted 4 cookies. And Liva, the feather picker, wanted 3. Even Beryl, the baker, bought a cookie. The last one he pinched Herschel's cheeks, and he walked by. You'll be a talented baker someday, he said. Come talk to me. Herschel His mother turned to him. Did you hear that, Beryl? What he said? It's not every day a nice word like that comes from his mouth. And every hum and touch, every cookie is gone. Herschel couldn't see the table, but he could feel the excitement. Does he look excited? Cookies, cookie excitement, talent excitement. And in his head, he could see himself as a man, a baker, perhaps with bowls of flour all around, or a carpenter, or a shoemaker, or a toolmaker. Oh, how happy Herschel was. The end. Good one. So it is time for our Purim masquerade. We're going to get up and we're going to dance around in our masquerade. Here we go. Stand on up, everyone.
Purim parade, Purim parade. We'll march along together in a Purim parade. Purim parade, Purim parade. We'll march along a merry masquerade. Shimmy, 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 Kasadar. Woo! Shimmy, 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 Kasadar. Misheni kas adar marmi besimcha. Misheni kas adar marmi besimcha. Purim, Purim, Gadolei Purim, Masechot, Rashanim, Shirim v'Rekudim. Having a Rishon, Rash, Rash, Rash. Having a Rishon, Rash, Rash, Rash. Having a Rishon, Rash, Rash, Rash. Barashani. Purim, Purim, Gadolei Purim, Masechot, Rashanim, Shirim v'Rekudim. Having a Rishon, Rash, Rash, Rash. Having a Rishon, Rash, Rash, Rash. Having a Rishon, Rash, Rash, Rash. Barashani. Purim day, what a happy holiday. Wear a mask, wear a crown, dancing all around. Round go the crackers, rash, rash, rash. Round go the crackers, rash, rash, rash. Round go the crackers, rash, rash, rash. On this Purim day.
Ooh, we have almost finished our service. It's been so good to have everyone here. We just have a couple more things to do. This next one, Shiru Shir Chadash, this should be a new song for all of us, a new opportunity here to be able to sing, to have a bit of joy. One more, Gersh, you're almost there. Keep going.
One more.
Keep going. There we go. Shiru Shir Hallelu. Let us sing a song of praise.
Shiru, Shir Hallelu, Shir Hallelu, Shir Hallelujah.
Shiru, Shir Hallelu, Shir Hallelujah. Shiru, 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 Shir Chadash. Shiru, 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 Shir Chadash. Shiru, 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 Shir Chadash. Adonai. Let's do it again. Here we go. Shiru, Shir Hallelu, Shir Hallelu, Shir Hallelujah. Shiru, Shir Hallelu, Shir Hallelujah. Shiru, 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 Shir Chadash. Shiru, 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 Shir Chadash. Shiru, 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 Shir Chadash. Adonai. Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah, Shiru, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. So glad all of you joined us online, and we're going to say goodbye to our friends online. Everyone wave, say goodbye. Thank you for joining us, and say Shabbat Shalom and Happy Purim.
Shabbat Shalom.
Happy Purim. We're going to move right next door as we go in to do our